Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, A Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be Dark and GuMiho Best of 5 from GSL Season 2, the semifinals. They have beaten so many players to get here, and they are all very, very good. Top side, it's going to be Dark. Bottom side, Aggressive, going to be GuMiho. And is this going to be a proxy? You're going to start off with a proxy here, GuMiho. In Game 1 of this Best of 5 series in GSL Season 2 2023, I feel like you are. So, this is going to be a Patreon game. For those of you who support me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month, you can see this and many other replays 1 month before anybody else can. So, if you're watching this the week of August the 10th, thank you very much for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. And if you're watching this in, I don't know, say September 2023 or later, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I am here 5 or 6 times a week with Brood War content. Terry the Overlord scouting it out. Scouting it out. And the drones are on the way. I don't think GuMiho saw the Overlord, so he's just happily building. Happily building. And hey, why are there drones here? Steve the SCV, finish it. Finish the barracks. I know there's a lot of RNG here. No. Oh, okay. So, starting to barracks up. Outside of the natural. Aww. Steve the SCV merch at falconpaladin.store. If you feel sad for Steve, rep him. 1 gate expand, or 1 gate expand, 1 racks expand timing. Oh boy. Overlord Scout, Zerg players. Sometimes you can find a proxy and shut it down. Alright, so what's the plan here today? What's the follow-up from Dark? Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked to see him just get a third base here at about 2:30. Call it good. Get his queens out, get his lings out. I mean, he doesn't really have to worry about lings this early, right? But there is a Reaper. There's a Reaper on the way. These lings are like, can we maybe get something done here? But GuMiho's like, nah, I have hard wall. Third base, there it is. 230, 240. These slow things are going to die unless they run for it. Run for it! There's a Reaper going to pop out any second now, and there he is. Is he defending? I mean, might as well. This Reaper's name is Kathleen Kennedy. At her Dominion trial for crimes against humanity for ruining every single franchise of the great George Lucas, the former Disney president stood in silence. Actually, she's not the president of Disney, but whatever. As the jury of Disney shareholders prepared to read the final verdict. Guilty, 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 and she raged aloud. This isn't my fault. I will have Ryan Johnson's fat head for this. Bob Iger will pay for this. You have not heard the last of me. Though the jury spared Kathleen's life from the death penalty that day, largely due to not remaking a female version of Howard the Duck, they did send her to the Reaper program in penitence. Behold the last glory of the former coffee girl of Steven Spielberg. In a galaxy far, far away, you can still hear the sobbing cries of George Lucas and Terran fans everywhere. Yo, brutal. So yeah, the Kathleen Kennedy era at Disney has not been great. She's in charge of Lucasfilm, right? She's in charge of all the George Lucas properties at Disney, nothing else. She's not the president of Disney, but yeah, and once upon a time, back in the 70s, she was the coffee girl for George Lucas. That's how she got into the Star Wars universe, and that's how she got her job, so eventually anyway. Yeah, not a huge fan of most of the Star Wars sequel trilogy. The Indiana Jones didn't do very well. I didn't really enjoy it either. So, all right, GuMiho meching it up. I like it. Blue Flame going for siege tanks and awesome stuff here. Blue Flame makes lings pretty much utterly useless. Speed's not done yet at 420. 430 here from Dark. Good grief. Getting a Baneling Nest, going to be good against Hellbats and Hellions. Probably you're going to see Hellbats if you see Hellions with Blue Flame. You can pretty much put that in the bank. So Dark's third base is up. He's up 43 to 36 workers. GuMiho's trying to mech, which that's GuMiho. He's the mech lord. He will do this in a way that not many other Terran players will even attempt. Yeah, at this stage, Dark doesn't really know. Dark doesn't know this is mech. We do, because we can see the tanks and the blue flame and the Hellions and the no Marines being produced and the more factories on the way. So he's just playing it safe. He's got a Spore up in case a Liberator or Banshee shows up. All's well here for Dark. Not really going to complain about that for him at all. But yeah, man, GuMiho just sort of hanging. Trying to get a third base up at 5 minutes. These queens are shoving away the Hellions. There's your armor for the Hellbat potential that those Hellions all have deep inside of their hearts. Spire up. You know what's actually pretty good against Hellion Siege Tank is Mutas. Man, if this just... Oh, okay. We're Blue Flame YOLOing in here to the third base. Can we escape? We can. Just kidding. No YOLOs at all. Just went for 2 drone kills and our lives. It's a fair trade. Yeah, I mean, if this is just Dark being all... Oh, okay. So I'll just make 17 Mutas. Come across the map. Kill you because your anti-air is currently nothing. Okay, it's 2 Marines. 2 Marines. No Thors, no missile turrets. I lied. A Thor just got started. As I said, no Thors. So he's trying to stay alive against the potential of Mutalisks because, yeah, if you just make nothing that shoots up, Mutas will kill you. I feel like that's something everybody knows. Yeah, so a couple Thors adding in. This is traditional mech stuff. This is not race car mech. This is not Cyclones. This is Thors and tanks. And Hellions. Hellions are the one constant, man. If you're trying to mech, you better make those Hellions for map control early, for nothing else. If you don't make the Hellions while you're trying to get tanks and Thors out, a million Lings show up with Banelings and you die. So Hellions are required on the open. And it is going to be Mutas. So maybe we can magic box the Thors if you're Dark, if you're a Dark fan. Dark is probably not just going to fly a stack of Mutas into these Thors and have them die immediately. I don't know, like you or I would, right? That's why we watch these games. It's because Dark is awesome and so much better than we've ever been at anything in our entire lives. I don't know, maybe somebody watching is good at something as Dark is at StarCraft, but I don't know. Seems like a tall order to me. I'm 40 and I'm not that good at anything. Maybe some of you people are like world-renowned brain surgeons that are watching this game. You're very cool. Alright, so the Mutas are like, oh, Thors, huh? Great, bye. Taking that splash damage all... Every Muta gets hit. That's what splash damage is. GuMiho says, can we clear some creep tumors out? Pull back, maybe work with our Thors, right? Work together. Roach Warren coming in. Mass Roach will deal pretty heavily with this. Ooh, nice Baneling attack into the third. 9 SCVs die. Right? There's not enough tanks to really just straight up counter Thors. There's 2 of them. And no more are being produced. This seems like an oversight for GuMiho. But that said, there's no Roach Warren yet. Oh, passing in the night. True enemies. And look at this. Look how fast Banelings die to Blue Flame Hellions. It's insane. Because Baneling cocoons are light, Banelings are light, Lings are light. Blue Flame is the answer to all things light. Except Mutas. Mutas are light, but Hellions can't shoot up, so not the answer. Right? Right. Okay. 4th base done from Dark. 3rd base rocking from GuMiho. Just kidding. That's a 4th base. That's a 5th base. Yeah, these Hellions know they're dead. Zerglings and Banelings are like, some of us may die, but that's okay. Wiped out those Hellions. This base is safe for saturating with drones. Dark really spending his money extraordinarily well. Was all the way down to double digits in mineral count, which is... When you've got 78 workers, it's hard to do that. Yeah, Muta almost just straight up died to those Thor shots from 8 miles away. Yo, do Thors need to have this much range? Like, the range for their single target attack, yes, fine. Carriers are far away. Battle cruisers can Yamato from far away, but Mutas have to come up close to attack you. I don't think the anti-air splash damage attack from Thor needs to be that long. Anyway, hey look, it's Roaches and Ravagers. How many tanks are there again? 2? Doesn't seem like it's enough if you ask me. Not against Roach Ravager. Oh, and the Lings took out both of the tanks. All right. Well, the Thors are here to fight. They do pack a punch. 17 SCVs have died, though. Lings, Roaches, and Ravagers, 20 SCVs have died, though. And fine. Like, that's it. Dark knows I'm not going to engage with everything if I don't have to. God, Corrosive Biles! It's so hard to dodge Corrosive Biles if you're a Thor. You can, technically, but it's not easy. Oh, Zerglings. Jump, 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 jump. While the Thor worries about the roaches, the Lings get a ton of damage done there, too. 24 SCVs have died, 77 to 55. Okay, these Lings are just not going to accomplish anything. Get out of there. There's a new tank in town, a new sheriff in town, but Dark is not willing to let this go. And that's it. We're done. GG! Dark takes game number 1 of this best of 5. Going mutas initially, but then eventually getting into roaches and ravagers and lings, and pretty cost-efficient play here, too. 8,200 resources lost from Dark, 6,900 lost from GuMiho. 6 Thors down. 4 siege tanks, 14 hellbats, 39 SCVs in exchange for 75 lings, 11 mutas, 20 roaches, and 5 ravagers. So yeah, both players losing it there, but not enough tanks. Honestly, Thors don't trade very well against equal cost roach ravager, especially if you've got a bunch of lings in there. So Dark takes game number 1, looking good, looking strong, looking scary. And let's see how game number 2 is going to be. Game 2's on Royal Blood. Bottom left, GuMiho. Top right, it is Dark. Dark's up 1-0. You were just in game 1. You know that. Woo. But yeah, feel free to support me on patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. Some people like to send me PayPal donations. I'm just falconpaladin@gmail.com on PayPal. And you can also hit the Super Thanks button below to use YouTube to donate if you're interested in that. For just, you know, I think it goes down to like $1. I think that's the minimum for Super Chats. And if you want to join the channel, you can do that for as little as $1.99 a month. And yeah, it's just a recurring donation here on YouTube instead of Patreon if you don't trust Patreon. Oh, GuMiho. GuMiho, trying to proxy again? I would try to proxy Dark as well if I was up against him and I was playing Terran, but oh boy. All right, Overlord, you gonna see it? Are you going? Yeah, absolutely, you're gonna see it. Dude, he knows. This is the first Overlord too. In game 1, it was the first Overlord. It wasn't even the second Overlord. GuMiho can see it this time, and he's like, "Are you kidding me?" Here comes the drone brigade, but hey, the barracks finished this time. Okay. That's better for GuMiho, but yeah, Dark knows what's up. Dark's getting his pool down before he gets his gas, because that's how important it is to get lings and spines and queens out here against this. And it's a Reaper. So this Reaper's name is Samacron. Samacron volunteered in the Reaper program in order to remind the YouTube audience of the Falcon Paladin Hour that is quickly approaching 250 epic episodes talking StarCraft, nerd culture, and skimpy-dressed cosplay girls with great fleet beacons. Well, maybe not the last one, but long-time listeners can hope. Be there or nowhere. Thanks, Doc Bravo. I appreciate it, man. So twitch.tv/Samacron, that's where it is live. And this Reaper is gonna deal with getting surrounded and killed. Oh, no. He escapes. He's a slippery one, this Samacron. So yeah, twitch.tv/Samacron is where it's live every Monday night. If you're in America, you know, in the Western Hemisphere. And the VODs are available at youtube.com/@Samacron. We've recently, well, depending on when you're watching this, but we've talked about the Barbenheimer experience, Barbie and Oppenheimer, going to those movies. Talking about Baldur's Gate 3, taking the gaming world by storm, having a lot of fun with that. And he and I have been actually doing some cooperative Baldur's Gate 3 stuff out at twitch.tv/Samacron and twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin. So if you want to hang out there, watch us, you can do that. VODs of our playthroughs are actually out on youtube.com/@Samacron. So I'll put a link to Samacron's YouTube channel in here. But look at this, man. KDA charge connection. KDA charge connection. Damage, too. He wants that queen, but Dark's too smart. Dark pulling that wounded queen back. Okay, I think Samacron's going to die. Omicron is too deep in the creep now. And does get target fired by those queens. And that is dead. Yeah, the Lings are like, are we necessary? No. Good. Good. Zerglings trying to get through here, but no. Continued Hellion production here from GuMiho. He is going into a Viking. Very fast starport, all things considered here. Third base done from Dark. Ling count, little big. It's 10. But man, that's the thing. Zerg players, elite Zerg players don't panic. They don't make panic lings. I would have made like 20 or 30 lings there. My economy would have been garbage instead of Dark's economy, which is at 31 workers to 27 SCVs. Yeah, just has an exact idea of what can come kill him, what he needs to stop it, and not making a unit more. Not a single pair of lings more than he needs. Oh, a battle cruiser opening from GuMiho. My gosh, he is pulling out all the stops, isn't he? So Overlord sees Tech Lab and says, all right, so either this is Banshee, really fast Banshee, or this is Battle Cruiser. And, you know, odds are Battle Cruiser. Fast Banshee's not really a thing. Like, Banshees, yes, but they show up around, you know, 5, 6, 7 minutes. You're not going this fast with a starport. Battle cruiser on the way, sub 5 minutes. I like it. Roachhorn coming in just to deal with the Hellions, because those are going to be a problem. But the important thing here is the queen production. There are 6 queens. Nice Overlord snipe. 5 queens is enough to deal with the battle cruiser. If you have a spore to fight with, it reduces the number by 1. If 2 battle cruisers show up, you need 10 queens and spores. And if more than 2 battle cruisers show up, the queens can't do it anymore. Queens cannot handle it at that point. You need a Spire. You are forced into Spire tech as a Zerg player if that happens. So, creep spread, push-in, connecting bases, priority, good. But also spread in just for advanced notice when Hellions show up. Love the third base from GuMiho too. So queen count 6. And a spore at every base, because again, we're worried about either battle cruisers or banshees. Either way, having a spore up is going to be nice. Ooh, Yamato means we're going to get more than 1 BC. So this guy's got to jump. That's his whole thing. He has to jump, and he does. And you can hear that sound on the map wherever you are, is that jump sound. So have your game sounds on, Zerg players. Yeah, see the spore getting nice hits off. Not like insane amounts of damage, but it's bringing him into the yellow in conjunction with these queens. So 4 drones die. Hellions and Reapers trying to... Okay, they just absolutely... They get 6 drones. Well, combined with the battle cruiser, 8 drones down. Roaches are starting to come out, and yeah, the answer is problematic. So immediately a Spire gets fired up here. As the indication that Dark, he's feeling like it's not just going to be a couple BCs, it's going to be more than 2. And the Yamato upgrade says, yeah, Yamato can be used for 2 BCs, but more historically, it's used for 3 or more. Roaches not able to get in. Nice little tank bunker set up there. Creep spread. 4th base on the way from Dark. GuMiho's 3rd base is landing now. Yeah, Spire gonna finish. It takes a while for the Spire to finish, but once it's up, boom, you start throwing those Corruptors in. Corruptors are incredible against battle cruisers. If you jump into a Zerg base where Corruptors exist, you just die. You just GG out at that point. So Dark is not actually working on Corruptors. There's another 3rd battle cruiser on the way, and there you go. Fires up 5 BCs, 5 Corruptors. Goal. 69 to 59 workers here. Battle cruisers harassing at the periphery before the Corruptors can arrive. And yeah, this is tough. Queen damage, very important here. Battle cruiser, 4 kills, 5 kills on that one, but they didn't jump in, so they're going to jump out. This guy needs to jump out now, and this guy needs to jump out now too, because that Corruptor count is too heavy. Good call. So, gets him out of there. He's only lost some Reapers and Hellions today. No battle cruisers have died. The tactical jump ability is just that good. But now that the Corruptors are out, the extreme counter is available from Dark. Pretty impressive that GuMiho has started both games with failed proxies and yet managed to make it past the 10-minute mark against Dark. Usually a failed proxy just kind of results in immediate death to Dark, but Dark's been willing to let the games go on a little bit longer today. This one's going to get past 10 minutes. There's no way that Dark has enough to win this thing in the next 60 seconds, nor is he really in position to do so. Yeah, I mean, repair is good, missile turret support is good. Yamato connection's also good. Corruptors on this side of the map don't find themselves in the friendly confines of a Zerg base with Queen and Spore support. No, sir. Static defense here is anti-Corruptor, and Yamatos are so good. They just have a really long cooldown to counter how good they are. So you can't just Yamato an entire group of Corruptors because there's a gajillion of them. Caustic spraying down a sensor tower. Gonna get it. I'm gonna get out. And Dark says, you know what? Let's do this. Let's Roach Ravager Corruptor this thing in a way that GuMiho should struggle with. Is this going to be a win? I don't know. 124 to 83 total army supply. Worker count is even. Dark's kind of stopped making workers to make this happen. Yeah, this is beautiful. Battle cruisers are like, do we want to fight here? No, we're running. We're leaving our friends behind. Repair on the battle cruisers is good, but not quite good enough. One jumps out. Now the other one jumps out. But that means your third base is going to die to, well, whatever we've got here. Ravagers. Zerglings. Yamato says, you dead, Corruptor, but Corruptors say, you dead. Oh, gosh. Nice repair. Repair, good unit. Good unit. And yeah, what'd I tell you? 10:30. GuMiho's not dead yet. He's holding. He's holding. He lost 5 SCVs, which is like, whatever. Negligible. Mules exist. Look at those mules working so hard. Upgrades. We got 1-1 for the Roaches and Ravagers here at 10 minutes. And on the other side, it's 1-1 for the Marines. So GuMiho going for a Marine tank setup on the follow-up. But Roach Ravager pretty good, and that's your GG. Dark goes up 2-2-0 in this best of 5. Absolutely killer stuff from him so far. And it just all starts with him finding these proxies. You're just behind. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy how Dark is finding these and shutting them down. And GuMiho's able to hang on, but not, you know, past 10 minutes, but not a lot past 10 minutes, I think is how I need to describe this. So well done. This is a 2-0. Being down 2-0 against Dark in a best of 5 in GSL is not a good place to be. In fact, it's a pretty terrible place to be. But, you know, reverse sweeps are possible. And yeah, I mean, our dude GuMiho, he won a premier tournament this year. I think it was DreamHack Masters Summer. Did he win that or the one before that? It was one of the two. Either way, GuMiho's been awesome this year, so he can do it. Let's see what Game 3 has in store for us. All right, Game 3. We're here on Ancient Cistern. Falcon is fumbling with some hotkeys here. 2-0, Dark. Bottom left, Dark. Top right, it is Ancient Cistern, and it is GuMiho. Oh, man. Trying to proxy all 3 times here. GuMiho says, can Dark get that lucky 3 times in a row? Let's find out, everybody. Hoorah. All right, here we go. Now, this is far away, and this is a bigger map. So the Overlord is going to have a much harder time finding this one. GuMiho is being safer with his proxy location. I would normally say this is more of a try to fake out the opposing player into thinking that there's a proxy closer to home when there isn't one, but that's Protoss. Protoss probes are going to be scouting this. Overlord not going to scout this for another 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and there's no drone scouting in this matchup at all. So I don't understand. I guess it's a little tiny bit closer to this natural base if you're trying to make a Reaper, but for proxy purposes, it seems like an extra risk you didn't really need to do. So, yeah. That's our Reaper name. Boom. 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 Yeah, trying to make it seem like he's going to throw up a bunker here. Overlord comes back to make sure that doesn't happen anywhere in his general vision range. This Reaper's name, Shura, is Oppenheimer. But yeah, Oppenheimer was great, man. I know some of you guys aren't seeing this cast until like September, but I think Oppenheimer will still have legs. Nolan shot it in 70mm IMAX, and there's been a lot of demand for that, so it's sticking around in theaters, maybe longer than people expected. I don't know if it's a movie I want to watch again, but it's a very good film. See you later, Oppenheimer. Oh, so slips. Such slips. Overlord comes in and sees, okay, there's an expansion up. Cool. There's a factory coming up at home. Let's see if GuMiho is going to go for yield mech here in game number 3. Either win or lose with his brand of StarCraft, man. It's like how Scarlet still goes Lingbane Muta in Legacy of the Void, even though most Zergs have abandoned that strategy. It's like GuMiho goes mech in Legacy of the Void, even though most Terrans have abandoned that strategy. It was, in Heart of the Swarm, mech was all of the rage. All of the rage. But it fell apart, alright? There were just too many answers to mech from both Protoss and from Zerg. Abduct was really good. Roaches and Ravagers on their timings were excellent. As we saw, Corruptors can counter the battle cruisers really well too if you're trying to battle cruiser mech. Although that was more battle cruiser marine, right? That's what GuMiho was going for. Anywho. Yeah, this is a pretty fast third base considering the proxy, but was it really much of a proxy? Not really, no. Zergling's cruising cross. Speed kicks in halfway across the map. That is just the timing that Dark understands about this matchup. 8 roaches are on the way, too. He says, do you have anything behind that wall? You do. You have some marines behind the wall, so Lings can't bust through that. It's a hard wall. Although, lifting off this orbital command to put it over here will leave this wall open and exposed for a minute. It'd be, oh boy, it'd be really bad for GuMiho if Dark was able to get roaches in this because he lifted this part of his wall up. It's the weakness of having a command center as part of your wall against Zerg, is that it's gonna lift. It's not gonna sit here forever. These Hellions are like, we got this, and the roaches are like, do you though? Oh boy. So the Hellions, oh boy, yep. 1-to-1 ratio here. Yeah, and you can't lift this. Probably don't want to anyway. Not with this number of roaches and ravagers showing up. Canceling stim would be huge. Canceling stim is going to be huge. That's it. Stim is done. Although, Hellions are taking some of the damage that the Tech Lab was taking earlier. But now the target fire is real. Another couple corrosive vials. And that's it. Canceling stim. That's so big. Oppenheimer, the Reaper, is still alive with 3 total kills. But yeah, this is not looking good. I don't know. Roaches and Ravagers kind of getting whittled down a little bit here, but without stim, Marines are not nearly as good against these dudes. 20 Lings coming in. There is a tank back there that's going to shove this away temporarily. Dude, yeah, forcing that entire wall to lift up. Going to take one of his wounded roaches, turn it into a Ravager, as you do. Zergling, blue flame though, gonna counter these Lings fairly effectively. Corrosive Bile taking down that tank would be huge, but the Ravagers are taking too many shots. Lings trying to jump on that tank, and no, the tank went down. GG, GuMiho. Dark wins at 5:57. The little 2.5 base Roach Ravager timing, which is so hard to deal with if you don't have a Banshee. That's it. The answer for Terran, from what I've seen, is if you have a Banshee or two and these Roaches and Ravagers show up, you can win. You can shut this down. You're going to lose some SCVs. You're going to lose some bases. And, well, supply depots, barracks maybe. But the Banshees are unstoppable. The Banshees will wreck the Roaches and Ravagers, force them to go home. Then you can stabilize and win the game from there. But if you don't have any Banshees at all, try to do it with tanks. Try to do it with Marines. Try to do it with SCVs repairing, you know? It's tough. I'm not sure I've seen a Terran player survive that kind of an attack from somebody as good as Dark without having Banshee. That's it. It's kind of it's a blind counter, hard counter sort of thing, like how you need Corruptors to deal with more than 2 battle cruisers. Yeah. So, GG. That is a quick 3-0 from Dark. I mean, relatively quick here. GuMiho went for pretty hard proxies in Game 1 and Game 2. Well, hard proxies. It was 1 barracks, I think. Does the Game 1 have 2 barracks? Either way. It wasn't like a 4 proxy racks play like Mara would do. He wasn't really committing a ton to it. But then, you know, they got scouted and it was a bad time. So, GG. Well done, Dark. Moving on to the final here against our guy. Well, who do you know who's in the final? You do. Anyway. Good stuff there, man. GuMiho not quite able to hold on against the monster that is Dark. Dark is sometimes extra monstrous, and this is one. All right, good. So that is going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void in a best of 5. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, going to be a GSL best of 3 featuring Byun and Dongray Gu. Game 1's here on Gressfin. Top left, it is Byun. Bottom right, it is Dongray Gu. Yeah, man, I've been wanting to cast GSL replays for several years now. They never released them, but now it's part of a Patreon tier. They are doing a Patreon to increase the prize pool for these players. So, go ahead and check it out. I'm going to put a link in the description. If you feel like supporting GSL, go there. They've got a $5 a month tier, a $10 a month tier, which gets you access to the replays. And yeah, I'm just super excited to be casting GSL replays finally. I've had so many subscribers approach me and say, hey, GSL, man, super good games. Are you going to cast the replays? And I said I have no access to them and nobody else does either. But now we do. Hooray! So this is, 2 racks opening here from Byun. 16 hatch timing here from Dongray Gu. We've got gas. Wow, really eager that SCV to get in there and get some Vespene gas. All right, man. So, is it going to be a 3 racks opening? Maybe. It's going to be a Reaper, though, because, yeah, it's going to be a Reaper. Oh. Terror the Overlord moving out. Terror the Overlord merch at falconpaladin.store, as well as Steve, the SCV merch, working diligently to help the Dominion here today. Or, I don't know, Rainer's Raiders, or the New Dominion headed by Valerian. Ah, good times. Good times in the Caprulu sector today. So we got a Reaper name sent by a subscriber of mine named Braden Wolf. What up, dude? Braden Wolf. Reaper name is Hiram McDaniels. After losing the mayoral race to Dana Cardinal, Hiram McDaniels was forced to suffer the consequences for his insurance fraud and for being... Oh, my monitor just died? My second monitor's been freaking out recently here. No, come back. I swear I have a Reaper name. Okay. Well, Reaper's going to come in here. There's a couple lings. There's a queen on the way. Holy crap. Yeah, my third monitor just like, nope, no signal, bye. I'm going to kick it. Kick. Come back, dumb monitor. Aw. All right, well, Hiram McDaniels here ran for mayor. Some stuff happened. His buddy showed up, second Reaper. Not going for crazy numbers of Reapers here. There are 3 out, and we stopped that production. Getting a 3rd racks up, and expanding too is beyond. So just a little bit more aggression than I think Dongryu is expecting to see here from Bjorn, obviously. And Creep Tumor Snipe, much easier to do that when there's 3 of you. But it does reduce your Marine count just a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah, these Lings are like, hop up here, guys. Why don't you get right up here? That'll be just fine. No, but seriously, Monitor, come back, stupid. What is wrong with you? Oh, and hopping out of there. Yeah, they're not trapped. They scout the 3rd base. Beautiful scouting. Love to see that stuff. And on the other side, man, just barracks. It is barracks, 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 barracks. 4 racks opening here. This is going to be an aggressive timing here from Bjorn. What's fun about these best of 3s... Oh, I didn't put best of 3 down there. Sorry. What's fun in the best of 3s is that you can see some short games. You can see some crazy long ones, too. I mean... You just don't know what you're going to get here, right? Usually, when I cast a game on a standalone, it's going to be some kind of a macro game. It's not just going to be like a 4-minute whatever. But in the best ofs, you just don't know. Okay, here we go. He was forced to suffer the consequences for his insurance fraud and for being a dangerous 5-headed dragon. The Night Vale Scarlet Secret Police heard that Emperor Mengs was looking for frontline troops and sold Hiram to the Reaper program for a sizable haul of imaginary corn and bloodstone. Ah, this is a Welcome to Night Vale reference. As these Reapers getting some work done here. I'm liking it. They're forcing some spore creation. They're sniping some drones. They're hopping back and forth, abusing the immobility of these queens off creep, and the fact that Lings can't hop up and down cliffs here either. My gosh, forcing a cancel on that spore, forcing it to be replanted. This is some aggressive stuff, man. 4 kills on that one Reaper. 2 kills. Okay, so the Reapers all die unnecessarily, mind you. They could have escaped, but they chose not to. But, dude, that was some pretty cool stuff. 4 drones down. Spores created and canceled, and created and canceled, and created and canceled again. That is a lot of lost resources. 393 for Dongryu and 300 for Bjorn. Bjorn could have kept those Reapers alive. Just kind of chose not to, but whatever. But yeah, welcome to Night Vale. It is a podcast, like kind of a fictional storytelling series that I've listened to a few episodes about. It's interesting. It's kind of like a quirky, offbeat, kind of sci-fi thing, you know. People have said I sound like the narrator for Welcome to Night Vale, but I don't know if I hear it. Anyway, Bjorn's here, and Dongryu has 9 Lings. Okay, army value is 29 to 26, but Queens don't trade very well versus Marines with Stim. The Queens are getting obliterated. Holy smokes, Bjorn just kind of shows up with his 4 racks, 2 base opening. There's not enough Lings to do anything about this. The Queen count just got demolished. It's 24 to 12 worker count here. I think that's it. No. Hold on. Okay. Lings come through. They get rid of the Marines with the help of new Queens here, but 14 drones died. It is 47 to 40 workers. Bjorn is way ahead on that worker count. He's finally getting a starport, maybe for some medevacs. I might have called it a bit too soon there on the GG, but dude, there is not a Baneling nest for our guy Dongryu. He's getting a 4th base. I don't agree with that. Maybe he feels like he's behind economically and he needs to get ahead economically, but the answer to that is going to be replacing those drones. I don't think it's getting a 4th base against a 2-basing Bjorn. Look at this. This Ling knows. Bjorn's just doing it again. Just walking across the map. He's got 24 Marines versus 37 Lings. Not good odds here. Not good numbers. And yeah, no Baneling Nest, no Roach Warren, no upgrades for these Lings other than speed. Look at this stutter stepping, getting behind the mineral line. Well placed back there too. Holy crap, and Zola. Yeah, these resources lost 3,600 to 1,800 in favor of Bjorn. He pulls back. Does he have some medevacs on the way? That'd be pretty cool if he did. He's finally reactoring up that starport, but he's bringing some tanks in. Yeah, this resource is lost right now. 3,800 to 1,800 is big. Bjorn had a big income advantage, but that has fallen down now as Dongryu is back up to 42 drones. He saved his 4th base, which could come into play here later on, but man, Bjorn is just not leaving him alone. He is just refusing. Tank position, low ground. Oh, they can fire on this 4th hatchery too. Queens don't want to fight against this without Ling or Baneling support. The Lings can't get in there to do this micro. This Stutter Stem micro is elite level. Siege tanks firing on those Lings. And that's it. DRG taps out in game 1. Beyond takes a 1-0 lead in our best of 3. Truly, truly excellent stuff there out of our guy, Beyond. The aggression. Dongregu, the initial attack. He just got caught with his pants down. I mean, you really can't do that. That's so difficult, man. I mean, I've been there, right? I've been there, but I'm not Dongregu. I'm like, okay, I've got like 4 or 5 queens. I've got a handful of Lings here. I'm ready for anything. Then like 12 or 15 Marines show up, and I'm like, oh, I don't actually have enough for anything. No vision across the map. Don't see it coming. No Baneling Nest, no Roachhorn, no Spines, no nothing. And like Dongregu staying alive there was dead impressive, but he was just so far behind economically after losing those early drones. 18 drones died. Brutal. So game 1 is in the books here. Our guy, Beyond, takes an early lead. And let's see what we get for game number 2. Game numero dos is here on Babylon. Bottom right, Beyond. Top left, it is Dongregu. So yeah, feel free to support GSL. I'm supporting them because I get the replays. And if you want GSL to continue, then I think we all need to support GSL. Again, a link in the description here. You can also support me for as little as $1 a month at Falcon Paladin on Patreon. Again, patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. Super easy to find. You can join other players supporting me, and you can watch one replay every single week that posts before anybody else can see it on the YouTube channel as a reward for supporting me for as little as 60 cents a month. 60 cents US dollars. All right, so Dongregu says, I'm going to find the proxies with this Overlord 16 hatch here on the way. Oh, it's another 2 racks opening here from Beyond. Dude, Beyond does want to end this thing fast. If he can defeat Dongregu in like 2 quick games, 2 7-minute games, he's going to do it. No question about it. He has had that wrist problem over the last couple of years, but I don't know, it seems like he's playing a lot better. He was the #1 ranked player in the world at some point fairly recently, if he's not currently the #1 ranked player right now. And you know what? As long as we're just kind of watching a Reaper be made, I guess we can just check out the Eligulac rankings. Eligulac. Let's go. #1 right now, Serral. #2, Maro. #3, Beyond. So yeah, top 3 with Serral and Maro. There's just no shame in that. It's more Reaper shenanigans here from Beyond too. I like it. I like it very much. The Reapers in game 1 were super effective. I didn't go back and mention them. I probably should have, but they were great. This Reaper's name, submitted by Damien, is going to be Oracle. Backstory to confuse viewers. We thought it'd be cool to have this have in the same game Oracle the Reaper and Reaper the Oracle. So you intended for this to be in a game where Reapers are made and Oracles are made, which is actually more rare than you might think. Like, Reapers aren't super popular in TVP these days anyway, and I guess Oracles are pretty popular in TVP, but not like made every game. It's interesting. Okay, so I don't know, Damien. I'm going to use your name now, and I'll use it again if we get a TVP where Oracles and Reapers are named. So made. So this is Oracle the Reaper. The confusion is real. I mean, 3 Reapers firing away at a hatchery. Pretty hilarious stuff, honestly. Get out of here, Queen. We're going to force a cancel on this hatch. I don't think you are, my guys. Unfortunately not. Look at that. Keeping those queens away. Slow Lings. Quick, kill them all. Queens, pull back to the... Or Lings, pull back to the queens for safety. Dude, metabolic boost is not anywhere complete. These Reapers really, really want to take down this hatchery, but they just don't do enough damage. They don't do enough damage against buildings to make it happen. So at the end of the day, 3 Lings have died. Nothing too crazy. KD8 charge, knocking that queen out of the way. The Lings still don't have speed, so they suck against Reapers off creep. So bad. Metabolic boost is coming in, though. Gotta wait for that. Third hatch. Third base coming in from Byun. That probably started sub 3 minutes. Wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Maybe a little bit later than the sub 3 minute second bases we've seen from time to time. One Reaper gets wiped out. Stim's on the way from the Terran player, going for a bit of a faster starport in this game than he did in the last one, where it was 4 racks, and then it was a starport. I don't think he even used medevacs in that game at all, though he was kind of planning on it. Ooh, Ravenstart. A Ravenstart instead of a Viking or a Banshee, which is more popular in this matchup. Maybe some Raven harassment with those auto turrets. Maybe detecting creep tumors. Pretty good that way, too. Ravens are cheaper and they build faster than they used to in the patch from like 5 months ago. But also their auto turrets are worse and their anti-armor missile is worse. So like, it's a weird little balance update for those guys. I always felt strange about it. Creep spreading as per usual. Yeah, this feels like a Raven that's going to toss down some auto turrets in a mineral line and try to get some drone kills from a Zerg that's not necessarily paying as much attention to it as they should be. Dude, 4th base from Dongre-gu. Holy cannoli. So the Raven scouts the 4th base and says, interesting, but I like it because, again, this 3rd base was super fast from Byun, so 4th base from the Zerg, it's totally normal at this stage. Not like that 4th base in the last game where Byun had 2 bases and Dongre-gu was like, 4th base time. So more Lings out this time. And by that I mean there's like 19 of them, so not a huge number. This could just be, I mean, this is just a normal little Marine tank style attack around 6 or 7 minutes. We've seen it a billion times in this matchup. Sometimes it just wins. Oh, getting some early hits off on that medevac is nice by those queens, though. Transfuses on the queens, much better here. Raven auto turret shows up in the main base, gets a couple drone kills during all the chaos down here. Very well done. Very excellent work. 3rd base from Byun is done, and Rockin' Siege Tank sitting back home in case of Ling counterattack, but there's not really enough Lings, I don't think, to go for a counterattack and defend. Did he auto turret again? He did auto turret again. This little guy is cheeky. Yeah, 3 kills. I mean, not a bad start. Any economic damage you can get off on an enemy Zerg player is good. Is good economic damage. Domage. Creep spread. Junk. Looking good on the creep spreading stuff. Dude, that's a 5th base from Dongre-gu. Looking good. Byun heading down to the left side. Oh, remember when I was like, that Ling run-by thing wasn't a possibility? Holy crap. It is now. Front door was open. Byun did not see it. He's got Lings inside his main base. He's got Lings in the natural. Full SCV evacuation to the 3rd base. Only 6 SCVs have died so far, somehow, some way. The Marines come home to try to deal with this. Trying to deny an upgrade. Infantry armor level 1 is in danger. 3, 2, 1, denied. Okay, level 1 attack completed. Lings are still in the main base going after a reactor. They took down an engineering, no, something else in there. I don't know what they took down. What buildings have died? Engineering bay and 2 reactors have died thus far, and a refinery, obviously. So 10 total SCVs have gone down. Denying that upgrade was ginormous. Forcing Byun to come all the way home and deal with that was huge too. Raven, trying to find an angle here. Wow. I mean, that's like something I would try to do against a Terran, and just like this would be walled off, and there'd be a tank back here, and all my Lings would die, and I'd be like, no! No, I can make it through! And all my Lings would die, and the tank would have 87 kills. That's what we'd look at in case of the Falcon experience. So still only 3 kills on this Raven. The harass has been good. Byun Bjorn says, I gotta get some damage on the other side here. Let's go for a big old drop into the main base of Dongre-gu. There are Lings responding to this, but they are late. And it's a full unload here. And Lings trickling into the party. But, I mean, what else are you gonna do? There are the Banelings now. What you're gonna do is get Banelings. Dude, that medevac, it's out of there almost full and 6 HP. One more Queen Spine shot from the ground would have wiped it out. Unloading and healing. Alright, so that was pretty well defended. That's why you have the Banelings. What the heck? Just get more auto turret shenanigans? My guy. He gets a couple more kills over here. Not bad. Not bad at all. Did he tell Banelings to attack these rocks by accident? Don't waste Banelings on rocks. That's a terrible idea. Ooh, a 4th base landing over here from Bjorn on the right side. Loving that. Overlords are scouting this stuff. Dude, this auto turret thing is... This is a 9-kill auto turret harass Raven. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Creep tumors getting cleared out because they are way too close. Way too close for comfort on the Terran side of the map right now. Lings, Banes cruising in. Trying to get it. Trying to get after a Bjorn's base here. Alright. Lings, Banes. Oh, man. Several tanks going down here. That's good. Another tank gonna die. Yes, more Lings are coming in. Banelings have to explode on the tanks. They don't want to do that. 23 SCVs have died. Is this critical damage for Bjorn? Dude, this SCV retreating line. One Baneling would have caused all sorts of problems there. Okay, so once again, comes back home, cleans it out. But it's 157 to 105 total supply here in favor of Dongre-gu. Just a massive Ling Bane 2-2 timing flood attack that has killed so many SCVs. 51 total SCVs have died so far in this game. The Raven's very proud of himself, but he's really only killed like 7 to 9 SCVs alone. Okay, the good news for Bjorn is that Ling Bane attacks aren't great at taking down orbitals. So your orbitals are all still alive because of the lifting capabilities. Bringing some Vipers to play here too is Dongre-gu. It's 83 to 56 workers. Dongre-gu's economy is on fire. He's got a 6th base coming up here at around the 11 o'clock position. He's going to go into the 3rd again. There's a bit. I don't know if this is enough. I don't know if this is enough from Bjorn. The tank is going to die. More SCVs are going to die. Liberators kind of suck at dealing with giant Ling floods. And that's it. GG. Dongre-gu takes game number 2 off of Bjorn. Ties the series up 1-1. Looking good. That was, I mean, I don't know. Was that more Bjorn kind of screwing up, or was that Dongre-gu taking advantage of a window of opportunity that he found? Hell, I want to see the vision of Dongre-gu before that first attack that came in here. So that's down, that's down, that's on fire. It's still on fire. It's still on fire. Here we go. So we're just gonna watch Dongre-gu's vision here for a minute. There it is. Found the number. So does he get some vision over there, see that the wall is down, and then go for the attack? Or is that not what happens here?
Mutation complete. Our forces are under attack.
That's right, our forces are definitely under attack, Dongre-gu. You're not wrong about that one. So yeah. No. Sending Lings, sending Lings, sending Lings. Nope. So he's just like, hey, the front door was open. Rad. All right, cool. So then it's just Lings, it's Banes, it's a 6th base from Dongre-gu. So many dead SCVs. There's the Raven harass. Dongre-gu's playing so fast right now. APM 500. About 1,000 there. This drop happens. Yeah, watching first-person camera view at this fast is tricky. Here, we're going to slow it down and just go... Okay, so here he comes. Yeah.
Mineral field depleted.
That does so much. Yeah, this secondary one. Second attack, the tank count just keeps getting wiped back down to like nothing. There's one tank remaining. This is one of the reasons we don't see tanks a lot in TBZ, is just because smaller numbers of tanks get overwhelmed by Lings, Banes, Hydras. Vipers are a good answer for them too.
Metamorphosis complete. Our forces are under attack. Mineral field depleted.
And again, just too much. Army value 100 to 75. Too much. All right, cool. So that was game number 2. I don't know. We're still running around in here. Resources lost 10,000 from Dongregyu, 10,000 from Beyond. Not great, especially when 67 SCVs have died and only 9 drones at the end of the day. So cool. So we tied it up. Moving into game number 3. Should be a lot of fun. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Game number 3 is here on Neo Humanity. Top left, it's going to be Beyond. Bottom right, going to be Dongregyu. We're going to see more Rax aggression here from Beyond. Only he knows that. It's not going to be a proxy. Oh, is this Command Center first play? Why am I feeling a little Command Center firsty here? Just a little bit, though. Okay, well, barracks coming up, no big deal. And then a hatch first here on Neo Humanity as well. It's a pretty easy base to defend. This is not bad, but you do have these minerals you got to watch out for back that way. I believe I cast a Dark versus Creator PvZ, where Dark set up a hatch down here, and then mined through these gold minerals, and those like, surprise lings! It was a good time. Pretty fun stuff, honestly. It is. It's more 2 racks here. So he's not going for the old Reaper expand whatsoever. It's the 2 racks, and then heck, maybe a 3rd racks, maybe a 4th racks. Who knows? Anything crazy from Dongregyu? No. Overlords are checking for proxies. No proxies at all in this best of 3 today. Yeah, same opening build here from Beyond we've gotten in games 1 and game 2. It's 1 barracks, make a Reaper, 2nd barracks, make a Reaper, and maybe make a 3rd one, and then we're good from that point on. This could be more of a Mass Reaper style thing. Beyond is the person who was so good with Mass Reaper back in Heart of the Swarm that he got the Reaper nerfed all by his lonesome. So he's comfortable with them, but I also think he recognizes they were nerfed. So not something you want to put all your eggs into the basket. This Reaper's name is, let's see, Waldo. Waldo BG0784 submitted this one. Reaper name, Necrotor. A legendary Reaper was feared for his merciless tactics and impeccable precision on the battlefield, leaving behind a trail of destruction wherever he unleashed his deadly dual-wielded Reaper pistols. Wow. Necrotor. He's a pretty cool dude, man. So, again, slowlings suck against Reapers. We're going to see the downs that we've seen a million times before. We've got 2 Reapers, a 3rd one on the way, like I said. Beyond's just kind of here. He's here doing 3 Reaper stuff. And it's been effective. I think he's gotten a lot of work done. Game 1 more than Game 2. We'll see how Game 3 works. Oh, it's another 3rd racks here, man. Beyond. It's another 4 racks opening here from Beyond. Ay caramba. That is going to be some dangerous stuff again here from Dongregyu. Beyond does not want a long series. He wants this to be a series that is over in like 20 total minutes. He's working on that, actually. I don't know if he can get there, but he's just trying to. He's trying to get as far as he can with it. SCV wants out. Let SCV out. No. Supply depot must remain lifted. Ugh. Reaper gets killed by speedlings out off creep because speedlings are incredible that way. Where did that SCV go? You there. Do your... I wanted to throw up a bunker at the front. Interesting. So, okay. This bunker, I wonder if the bunker is more intending to make Dongregu think that Byun is going for more of a macro play than he is. Because this is 4 racks, baby. 4 racks, combat shield. Stim is also on the way here. He's just keeping a handful of Marines at the front. And then the rest of the Marines kind of at the top of the ramp here. So I think this is intended to make Dongregu believe that this is a defensive play from Byun, and that he shouldn't expect an attack in the next couple of minutes. Okay. I like it. I kind of like the mind games here. He doesn't rebuild the bunker. My gosh, is that... Yep, finally getting a factory, but yeah, it's this little stim timing, the stim combat shield timing thing. Sending, look, a handful of Marines over. Also, all I got is like 4 or 6 Marines. I don't have 18. No, sir, not me. Ooh, that Ling got a good scout, though, I'm pretty sure. Back home, more Queens in production. Once again, the number of Marines is visible, so more Lings are getting fired up here. 1-1 is on the way from Dongregu, but it's not going to be anywhere near done for this attack. Spine Crawler, I like that choice a lot. You didn't have any spines in game 1 when this thing showed up, and just having a spine... It's not going to save you, but it helps. It's part of a larger puzzle of how to survive against this kind of aggression out of Byun, of all people. I don't know if that spine's going to get done in time. I don't... just every second counts right now. The Marines not interested in fully engaging with all these Queens yet. Maybe waiting for the medevacs this time around. More tanks in production. We'll see if that's more effective than they were in game number 2. Dongregu getting a... Good heavens. Is that a 4th base? It is. This is what he did in game 1. He got a 4th base when Byun was just 2 base trying to kill him. And I don't think that helped. I don't think that helped at all. Baneling Nest is on the way. Yeah, alright. So Baneling Nest here. Lair is on the way. Dongregu shouldn't die. Especially because Byun isn't really interested in going for it now. And the more time that Dongregu has to get Banelings, right? To get Banelings, to get centrifugal hooks, which he can afford right now, and he should probably start that upgrade now, I would say. But yeah, this is just Marines. Medevacs, siege tanks, upgrades on those guys. And by that, I mean combat shield and stim. But 1-1 is here for Dongregu. 1-1 armor and attack is going to be really useful against these 0 attack, 0 armor Marines. And the Banelings too. All right, Queens say, hey, come into my tank line. Dongregu setting up for a bit of a bust over on the other side there, isn't he? He's certainly trying. God, Queens. And the Lings wrapping around, going after that siege tank. They're going to get it coming back here, actually. Not going offensive with that Baneling attack. Nice. Tanks get wiped out. Chasing Marines off creep is not going to be a good time. There we go. Trying to get that surround so they can't retreat and the Banelings can catch up. And that is a pickup situation for sure. Byun has to get the heck on out of there. Army value 62 to 56 in favor of Dongregu. Just trying to kill that siege tank, but so many stimmed Marines are there. It's just not going to work out for you. Chasing these slow Banes. Remember when I said having fast Banes for Dongregu would be nice sooner? No, he didn't do that, did he? Absolutely not. Dongregu taking a 5th base down south, whereas Byun is just on 2 bases, man. This is a 2-basing guy. Dongregu is just trying to be super macro here in a game where Byun is just trying to 2-base him to death. This does not look good for our Zerg player, Dongregu. I like what he did in game 2. I really do. But man, some of that was just lucky. I don't know. Maybe Maybe he did. Maybe he knows that Bjorn has a penchant for leaving that front door open at that time of the game because he's rallying troops out of his natural base to his third. So he's like, I don't know for sure that that door is open, but in the games I've watched from Bjorn in the past, it usually is. I mean, that's just the kind of research you can put into your opponent in StarCraft and take advantage of crazy stuff like that. Zerglings trying to get some, trying to get that surround. That's what's all important right now. Dongregu running with his overlords. Siege tanks in mean positions. Once again, is Dongregu going to be aggressive with this? The Liberator finds it, though, which just makes it hard to be aggressive at that point if it gets entirely scouted. Okay, so Dongregu's fourth base is in trouble. He has so many Lings and Banes, man. So many of them. Queens trying to stand and fight. So many queens. So much transfuse available. I think Dongregu can get this. I think if these guys are otherwise concerned about the queens, I think they can wrap around here and wipe that out. All right, there it is. Lingbane's wrapping around. This is a good engagement from Dongregu, wiping out siege tanks, forcing a full retreat here from Bjorn. Dude, Bjorn's in a lot of trouble. He put his entire heart and soul into that attack. He did kill one of the bases of Dongregu, but it's still a 4-basing Zerg versus a 2-basing Terran. And I'm waiting for a third base to start construction here. I don't know. At this point, I feel like Bjorn's just going to have to lift his main orbital and land it as a third base. That seems dicey. Seems real dicey to me the longer this game goes on. So he's got the 1-1 upgrades for his Marines. He's, +2 Carapace and +1 melee attack is done from Dongregu. Dongregu continues to check and see if there's a third base. And there simply is not one of those. Yeah, Liberators in the mix here. This is just looking... The income, it's 64 to 48 workers. Look at this. Dongregu's economy is on fire compared to Bjorn's right now. Okay, Queens fighting. Here comes Dongregu for the third time today, wrapping around from kind of an unexpected position. Nice target fire on those Banes. A couple connecting from the south, though, and Bjorn, again, has to retreat. He's doing the thing. He's lifting his orbital down to his third for a pseudo-new third base. Is foregoing all of the gas income he can get from the main as well as the remaining mineral income, which isn't a lot, but in a game this scrappy, it can mean very much too. God, this is nuts. It's 64 to 48 total workers. Bjorn's oversaturated on his third base. Liberators setting up bottom left. Spores and Queens chasing those away pretty effectively. +2 attack coming in from Dongregu is going to be a massively important upgrade against these 1-1 Marines. Like, being on even upgrades against Marines with your Lings is very nice, but being on 2-2 versus 1-1 is just chef's kiss level stuff here. Going in. Melee attack level 2 is now complete. You're doing a little bit better here against these dudes. That's another pickup situation from Bjorn. Not good. God, yes, he does have to pick up and get out of there. 76 to 83 army supply, and oh boy, third base gonna Bjorn. I think that might be it for Bjorn. If he doesn't have this third base to mine from, Dongregu, you madman! You're kicking butt right now. That game 1 made you look like you were entirely unprepared, but look at you now. Well, more Liberators showing up to kill your stuff. Not ideal. Spore, gonna have to deal with that when it pops. Spores are very fast to build because Liberators exist. Spores would build slower and be slower to unburrow and reburrow if Liberators weren't a thing. Just a thought, Terran players. Yeah, this beautiful. Dude, Dongregu's done such a good job at getting surrounds today. Can't kill all of it. That's not a full surround because he was backed into a corner, which is very smart stuff. Liberator wiped out. 60 to 44 workers now. Bjorn coming down this left side. But, man, the 2-2 upgrades are just paying dividends here. They're paying absolute dividends right now. God, this group, nowhere to go, nobody to pick them up. Queen's here to deal with your liberators, reinforcing dudes coming in to try to save their other dudes. More medevacs in that position too. I guess some were reinforcing, some were coming in a retreat position. Dongregu's expanding again. I mean, this is Dongregu. What is Dongregu's rank in Aligulac? He's not even top 10 is the problem. Yeah, Dongregu is ranked 22 on Aligulac right now. And he's giving Bjorn everything he can handle. Bjorn is doing amazingly well, considering he's really only on kind of 1.5 bases mining right now. He's going to wipe out Dongregu's attempt at a 6th base on the left side, but Dongregu can afford to lose that. He's fine. He's fine to lose that hatch. Although losing that hatch and this hatch is not ideal. Yeah, that 2-2 upgrade is good. Getting Adrenal for Dongregu would be absolutely sick. Okay, that's 2 hatches down in the space of about 30 seconds here from Bjorn. Charging up this ramp. Wait, no charging. There's banelings coming. Get out of there. Queen's trying to get that anti-air against these liberators and against those medevacs. Bjorn trying to drag the Lings and the Banes into the Liberator's circles. Oh, this is so sick. So sick. Liberator's kind of dying. Finally, Hydra's being added to this from Dongregu. Drop at the main base. Major drop at the main base here from Bjorn. This is going to be humongous. And by that, I mean, just kidding. Banelings have arrived. We killed 4 drones. It was nice, I guess. And then Bjorn is retreating still just on this 3-base thing. But Dongregu's really only on about 2.5 bases mining himself after losing this base and this base. He's trying to build here at this Rich Vespine Geyser base here on Neo-Humanity, which Bjorn has scouted. Liberators are up, working on +2 infantry attack. Here is Bjorn. This is crazy stuff, man. Whew, Hydra's on the way. Muscular Augments here too. Dropping the main base. Getting cleaned up. Upgrades, I just can't say it enough. Upgrades are playing a huge part in the effectiveness of these Lings in the last couple battles. It's just Bjorn's macro and micro are insane, but 3rd base full evacuation. Not bad. Oh, bad. So bad. Tank fire on your SCVs. No! No, 19 SCVs died there. Not in small part to the splash damage attacks of those siege tanks. Dude, 17 SCVs have died. 8 drones have gone down. Why do I feel like it's more workers that have died in this game overall? They've done a pretty good job protecting their workers in really dicey spots. Bjorn continuing to just march Marines down here. That's all you need, man. Marines, Stim, Combat Shield, they can fight everything. They can fight your Lurkers and your Banes and your Hydras. But they can't really fight our Ultralisks, and they can't really fight Adrenalings all that effectively. Dude, this right side base is dying from Dongregu too. Siege tank positioning is sick. He's got the Liberators out. He doesn't really have enough anti-air to deal with that. Bjorn never really being on 3 bases today has been a major obstacle for our guy. Just throwing that out there. And here comes Dongregu again. Ling, Bane, Hydra. Watching the tanks evaporate. Watching the Liberators die too. To these Hydralisks. Not looking good. Worker count 49 to 25. Dongregu's ability to replace his losses is so much higher than Bjorn's. Look at this. Look at this little thing that Bjorn is just holding on to right now. That said, it is 70 to 50 army supply. Hydra straight up fighting against Marines is not exactly what you want. Ling's coming around the backside. Bane Ling gets a good connection there. Sick connection there. Bjorn dropping at a base that's basically mined out at this stage. This medevac's been hanging around back here forever. Forever. Don't go up that ramp. Going up a ramp against a Terran force is really bad stuff. Yeah, a Spire would be pretty useful for Dongregu here, just to wipe out this medevac. Just for that alone. Killing this medevac would make a Spire probably worth it. Yeah, were they attacking an extractor that had nothing left in it at all? Okay, weird choice, I guess. Beyond marching in. Trying to focus down a hatchery with his +2 attack and his stim, and he's going to get the hatch. No! What? 15 HP on that hatchery, keeping it alive. Dude, these Marines are still here. Okay, they're dead now, but that is a pretty good long lifespan for those dudes. Fare thee well. Siege tanks. Again, the number of tanks that have died in this game is astronomical, and by that I mean it is 17. But still, there are 2 tanks left. Dong Regu has done such a good job of taking out those siege tanks. DRG has really not felt like he's had the time to go to lurkers. I assume lurkers would be good here. Dong Regu pulling drones to try to keep this base alive. I don't know that he needs to do that, but he's pulling the drones anyway. I don't know if they're providing a lot of value here, but dude, kill that siege tank at least. That is 9, 10, 13 drones down. It's 25 to 25 workers again. Dong Regu has more mineral patches to work with than Beyond does here. Dude, that siege tank just died. This handful of Marines. Beyond is going to keep going. He's getting a 4th base. He lifted the orbital from the natural to create a 4th base. Are you kidding me? Dude, Adrenal or Lurker Den would be really good here from DRG. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen for him. This game is crazy good. This game is crazy good. Oh, Ling's getting into your 4th base. More SCVs dying. Bjorn doesn't really want to have to deal with that. But man, when it's just Hydras and they don't even have attack upgrades because all your upgrades went to the Lings and the base. GG Bjorn! Wow! Bjorn gets the win, finishing off Dong Regu in 20 minutes in a game where he made 1 base today. He made 1. He started with 1 that he was given. He made a base, and that was it in 20 minutes. He lifted off his main to create a 3rd. He lifted off his natural to create a 4th. That's it. Dong Regu on the other side was on as many as 5 total bases today, working on a 6th, and he couldn't do it. That is kind of the difference between the number 3 ranked player in the world and the number 22 ranked player in the world. Right? Holy cannoli, that was amazing. What an incredible best of 3. Man, Tasteless and State had so much fun casting that game, and I did too. Wow. 27,000 resources lost from Beyond, 38,000 resources lost from Dong Regu, including 693 Zerglings, 4 hatcheries, 100 Banelings, and 31 Queens died today against Marine Liberator Siege Tank and Medivacs. Those were all very important as well. Woof! That was amazing stuff, man. Beyond just never stopped fighting, never stopped believing. I think a lot of Terran players in his shoes would have just kind of tapped out at that stage. Oh, amazing. That is so good. That is just so good, that play. All of that play from Beyond today. He never let Dong Regu rest, right? That's kind of the big deal here, is that Dong Regu never had the time to be like, okay, I'm going to expand twice, right? I'm going to get a hive. I'm going to get adrenal. I'm going to start working on lurkers. No. No, not happening. Oh, just not allowed to do it. I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me to say he didn't have time because, I mean, maybe he had time, right? Maybe that's the trick here. Maybe he totally had time, but he just didn't do it because Bjorn was in his face too much, and a better player like Cyril or Dark or Rogue would have been able to find that time. Hard to say. Either way, nicely done, Bjorn. That first and second games, kind of weird, fluky ones. Third one was legit. And that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And let me know if you want me to continue casting GSL replays. Although, to be honest, I'm going to do it on my own anyway. So Till next time, thank you so much for listening and watching, and you take care of yourself.